It's Marty Magic Moon here. So, what about Squid Game? Let's talk about it. One of the most popular things Netflix have ever done. But is Squid Game itself actually real? It just very well could be. So, going back a good few hundred years, many of the European royal families and the lords and the nobility of that time, England, France, Spain, generally all over, Russia maybe as well too, were kind of involved in something like it. They used to kind of get the peasants and the villagers they didn't really miss, they'd get them drunk, and they'd send them out into the woods and they'd hunt them down. They'd just torture the men, rape the women, kill them afterwards. That went on for a good few hundred years. Some people say it still goes on now. And also there's very strong reports of things like the MK Ultra experiments in America where they've done very similar things. That was going back into the 80s. So it has at least happened since then. Does it still go on now? Well, there are people in this world that have so much money and power. Most of us wouldn't believe it, the power and money they have. We were talking about the elite people. They have trillions of pounds, dollars, euros, whatever you want to call them. Money to them is like grains of sand, blades of grass. It's just irrelevant. They're not all great people. Could they decide, let's play Squid Game? Are they betting on people to win? Something so horrific that the ones that actually win it actually are so traumatized they either want to go back into it or can't cope afterwards. And where would they do it? They're not going to do it in the middle of London or the middle of New York or Paris or Madrid. No, they'll do it in the middle of the desert or maybe on a little island somewhere. Hard to get there, and they'll just go off in their private planes and they'll see the games happen. How real could it be? I'm not saying it is 100% definite, but throughout the years, there's always been reports of something very similar happening. So you decide. Well, that was an interesting conversation because I think elements of Squid Game are very real. So I have to say to you, until next time, blessings of love and bright golden starlight.